Melissa Hager TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't done so yet, click subscribe down below. Click subscribe. Ring that bell so that you get notified. I got a lot of cool stuff coming up, especially throughout the year you don't want to miss out on. I have such a cool guest today. I'm very excited. This is super fun. My husband had gastric sleeve surgery, and he is here to tell all. It has been 90 days since his surgery, and we're going to talk about his experience. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my very understanding, very patient husband, Robert Hager.
How you doing today? How you doing, everybody?
And the crowd goes wild.
Well, probably at least my wife.
I'm so glad to have you here on the show.
Well, I'm excited to be here, but a little nervous too.
Are you?
I've never been interviewed before like this.
Oh.
Just for sports.
Well, by trade, you're a truck driver over the road.
Yes.
So you're kind of used to a lot of alone time, aren't you?
I am. I actually enjoy it a lot of times.
Well, don't be nervous. It's just me and you in the studio.
Okay, I can do that. I'll get better as I go.
So you had gastric sleeve surgery.
Yes.
What was your heaviest weight?
When I started see the doctor there in late September, and was at 351.
351.
Yes.
Okay. And then, you know, the pre-process is you get through the appointments, you see the dietitian, you see
Yes.
the psychiatrist, get through all that stuff, get approved for surgery.
Yes.
And then you have to do the liquid diet.
Yes.
How was that?
You know, I didn't think the liquid diet was all that bad, really. I had a pretty easy time with it because you still had kind of like the last 5 days were a little bit more than the first 5 days. The first 5 days, because you're on more of, you can still have like cottage cheese, you can have some vegetables and stuff. So at least you're doing stuff.
So the hardest part was the all liquid days.
Yeah, the last 5 days of liquid.
What motivated you to get through those 5 days?
Just looking at my family and my life and like trying to get things where I'm around for them a lot longer. So made it a lot easier than I thought.
Okay. I think this just popped into my head. So we should say this for all of our listeners so they understand. Were you in any way pressured by me to have this surgery?
No. I actually used it kind of like a stepping stone, and then I seen that my wife was having such great success with it. I thought, you know what? I could do this and help her, and it would help us both, you know, stay on the same track as you're doing things together and motivated and pushing forward.
Our surgeries were almost exactly a year apart. So until you started so we had like almost 12 months of I had surgery and you didn't. And we discussed this before. We kind of had some issues, like not really that we knew of until it actually happened that you had it. But I had some issues boiling up in me. So when you were going to have it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be awesome. Now we're eating the same. Now we're on the same track. Now we're going to be doing the same things. And then when you actually did do it and we are eating the same, and then I all of a sudden got weird about that. It was just very strange. We should do another video about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I have, it was very strange thinking because I was watching my wife eat certain things and I thought, that's all I get?
Yeah.
But I tell you, you don't even feel that way. Sometimes I'm like, wow, that's just
right.
That little portion is a crazy amount to eat.
And your eyes adjust.
Yes,
eventually.
They do. You don't even feel that sensation that you had before for, like now I drive by fast food places. I don't even think about those things. It's just like, it's not even because there's not even no room in it, so you don't even feel like there's a need for it.
That's cool. I know, that's a very freeing. It's just so freeing that you can't, when you're still overweight and obese and addicted to food, you can't imagine being able to drive by fast food and not think about it. I've actually went through the drive-thru with our kids and got them something and not me. That's weird. That's so weird.
Yeah, I've done the same thing once. I went and got them, taken them to my parents for an overnight weekend, and we went through the drive-thru at Burger King. I had no desire to get food, just to get them some lunch to have them satisfied so my mom didn't have to cook anything. And I was like, I got myself a lemonade.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's wild.
And my oldest is like, Dad, you don't want a hamburger? No, I have no desire for it. I just would like to get a lemonade.
Yeah, that's
so
cool.
It felt good. And the price was way cheaper too because I wasn't getting my $20 meal. So
Yeah, we love that part too. So you had the surgery. Let's go back to the timeline. So you had the surgery. I was very surprised at how long it took you to come out of anesthesia.
when I was 7 years old, I had surgery, internal surgery, and they had to remove a lot. They had to put extra holes in me because I had a lot of scar tissue from a lot of stuff inside. So I'm pleading that
during your gastric,
gastric sleeve
they
removal.
had to do extra surgery.
They had to do extra stuff inside my insides because
of the scar tissue
that was in there from a previous surgery.
Ah.
Because when I was a younger kid, I got hit by a car and
Right.
I had lots of internal damage. So
Right.
so there was a lot of scar tissue in all my organs and stuff. So he did a lot of scraping and prying. So that's what I'm pleading.
So that's your reasoning.
That's my reasoning.
Do you know you kicked me out of the hospital?
I do not know that.
You
but
asked me to leave. Now,
Well-
it could be because I was filming you. It might have been because I was recording you. I don't
It
know.
might have been because you kicked me out of the hospital before.
We were having a baby and you were annoying me. That was a different thing. That was
Well,
different.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. They just say what comes around goes around.
Oh.
What goes around comes around.
Oh.
So
I see. I got it. So we get you out of anesthesia, get you awake enough to start being into the world. And what was the hospital stay like?
it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, popsicles forever. So, nurses were super good to me, and it wasn't as bad. Like coming out of anesthesia might have been the roughest part because I don't remember that part of it that much. But like the few hours later, they get you up, they move around, and by the next morning, I was getting myself out and walking. So it was like they want to get you up and get you moving. So, but the staff was at Covenant was super nice.
Yeah, they are great people.
They were awesome.
We love them. So you had popsicles. I think I remember chicken broth and Jello.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Were you surprised at the small amounts right away?
Yes, because I mean, I'll be honest. Like a popsicle and some Jello and a thing of broth would have been something I got down in about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So that broth, it literally, I took just a couple of sips of that, and it's just like I was totally full. It's
Yeah.
like, so it was an adjustment period.
Yeah.
For sizes.
Yeah.
Even for
totally.
my brain to look and say, no, I know that soup don't have no chance.
Yeah.
It's already been 10 days on this liquid diet. This is done for.
Now,
Where's the crackers for it?
Yeah, you're used to crackers, bread, rice.
Yes.
Those are some of your favorites.
Yes, they are.
And always have been kind of a staple in your diet.
Yes.
And we've talked about it before at home. I think you've used it as a filler, like something to help fill you up
Who doesn't
more.
like chili and crackers?
Well, I know,
A
but
sleeve of crackers, though.
I was going to say, I've seen you have chili and crackers, and it's a sleeve of crackers with like a scoop of chili.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
But when you got home and you started healing and feeling a little bit better, how long did it take your eyes to adjust to what you could actually eat? Because I remember lots of little bowls that had leftover food in it.
Well, it took a good, probably, honestly, about a month before I could really see the portions. Like, I can't believe I'm only eating this because I get something out, and I would have intentions like, I'm going to eat this, and it was like 3 bites later, or, that half that bowl, like a little 3 or 4 ounce serving, took 20 to 30 minutes just to eat even a half of that. So it's
Yeah.
like, it was definitely a process. Like, I had 2 bites and you got to sit here for a while, and 2 bites, and it's like, so it was a slow process. And
Okay.
Looking at that bowl, I was like, man, I'm going to end up wasting this. And I remember telling my wife, be like, you want to help me eat this? Because
Yeah.
it was just like, it's not going to happen.
It's not happening.
And it still happens today. You still have eyesight that you think you can eat more than you can. So.
Yeah. Well, so 90 pounds later, what's something that you know about yourself, your heavy self, pre-surgery Rob? What is something that now you know about yourself, but you maybe didn't admit it then?
Well, I think getting a restful night's sleep, for one, because I think that when you carry extra weight, you actually snore more and you wake yourself up not thinking that. So then you're getting up 3 or 4 times a night to go to the bathroom, like every 2 or 3 hours. Now I'm sleeping 7, 8 hours consistently without having to go to the bathroom. So that's one of the big things. And just like more motivation. Like when I get up, I want to go do things, and I think weight definitely brings you down and doesn't make you as motivated in life.
Okay. So previous to the surgery, like those were things that affected you and you maybe didn't associate them with your weight at that time. You just thought that was part of who you were.
Well, I just assumed, I'm just getting older. Bones
Yeah.
are aching a little bit more. But now even my bones and joints, they're a lot better than they were. And
Right.
I'm not another thing, I thought it was just a part of getting older. And it's not. It's about taking care of yourself.
Right. So that's something great that we didn't tell everybody. How old were you when you had the surgery?
I was 47.
Okay, awesome. So you actually have entered into your midlife and didn't feel like you were too old or too young or too heavy or any of that. Like you were a prime candidate for the surgery.
Absolutely, because one thing I've learned, you're not too old to ever get your life back. It's all about perspective and a motivation to, hey, what is my purpose?
Right.
And my purpose was, for one, to live longer, two, be there for my family and my kids, and, maybe even grandkids and such. So, I just decided it was time to take my life back.
That's awesome. So someone that is watching this video and they're about to go through the process and they're nervous, oh my gosh, I've never had a major surgery before. What would you tell them?
I would say, if you don't have a spouse, pick out someone that you can really trust and talk to them about what you have going on in your life, because they should be the most person to motivate you the most and be there for you. That one person that no matter what it is, you can call, talk to them about it, say, hey, I want to be going through some tough changes. I need your support. Mm-hmm. And then you'll actually know who your real close friends are, too. If that person, if it's a mom, it's a dad, it could be someone that it was in your past life that you really know that doesn't hold a judgment. And I would say find that person, find that root that's going to make you strong to go through this.
That's cool. That's really good advice. Do you think that having gastric sleeve surgery is the easy way out? What would you say to somebody that says that?
Well, I do not think it's the easy way out. Believe me. 3 months out, and I still walk to the refrigerator to look, but I'm like, now when I look down, I said, why am there ain't no reason to grab that. I'll grab a bite. Like last night, I was like, went to the fridge. I'm like, okay, I know I've had my protein. I've had everything. I feel all right. I got my Power Gatorade Zero sitting there. I'm drinking it. And I'm like, so I get like a half a beef stick out from my venison sticks. And I'm like, 2 bites. I get 2 bites because my wife did a really nice job and cut them up for me. So so you can grab like 2 little pieces and you're like satisfy that curve. So,
Not easy.
It's not easy to go in there.
It's like mental. It's like a mental game, right?
Yeah, it is super mental. I went to my mom's, who is, I believe, a fantastic cook.
Yeah.
And she made roast and potatoes and carrots, and I go over and I made a plate, and believe me, I put too much on my plate, so the rest of it's sitting in my fridge, and it's like, and I'm like, man, I was like, God.
I know you love your mom's cooking.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I can't help it.
I know. I hear about it all the time.
You're an awesome cook too.
Yo, thanks, honey. Appreciate that. So, what do you eat in a day? So you're a big, strong man, truck driver. Like, what does your day look like?
I'll give you a typical day because I typically drive like a third shift. So you got to look at it from my perspective, like coming there. So I'll do mine as I get up at night. So I get up at night, and the first thing I do is I get protein.
About what, 6, 7 p.m.?
Between 5 and 7 p.m., depending on what time I have to leave that day. And I stay at the hotel, so everything's I got to prep my meals and stuff. So when I get up at night, first thing I do is I get protein shake, Premier. I like the Premier. So, and typical, they want you to have 60 to 80 grams of protein. So I usually get that, and I got a bag of protein. So I take a scoop of that. So I got 50 or 60 grams of protein right out of the gate. And it takes me...
So you add a scoop of dry protein to a protein shake to ramp it up.
Yes.
Okay.
And that gets my about 50 grams. So I really want to get my 80 grams of protein in every day. So I get that, and I know I'm at 50, 55 grams of protein right out of the gate. I feel full. It takes me about 20 to 25 minutes to drink that. By then, I take a shower. Okay, time to hit the road. And then I prep out a couple little snacks during the day. Like I had an apple and a banana in my bag. I had some peanuts in there, and some trail mix. So snack a little bit. You don't eat a lot. And by then, before I leave the hotel, I feel, because they want you to have at least 64 ounces of water a day too. So I also have a 32-ounce shaker bottle of water and a 20-ounce bottle of water. So I concentrate on drinking that, plus eat a snack or two during the night. Then when I get to the hotel, it's actually my dinner time. So now I have, like last week per se, I had containers of probably about, I guess, 4 to 6 ounces of chicken noodle soup, homemade chicken noodle soup my wife made it, which was awesome, by the way.
They're 2-cup containers that we only fill about half full. So they're about a cup.
Okay.
Cup.
Well, yeah, that's a good, because that's what they recommend about a cup of food. And so I eat that, and before I eat it, I bought me some resistance bands because, as losing weight, you want to keep the muscle going. And so that was the purpose of the protein. And then, so I got resistance bands because I stay in hotels every night. So I worked with those every night. And then I started adding sit-ups, and I started adding like push-ups into my routine too, because I just don't want to be I want to keep my health going. My protein is made to build muscles and stuff. So that helps recuperate that workout too. So then I eat my soup and then, or whatever I'm having. Sometimes I have tuna. Sometimes I have chicken salad. I'm going to have some roasted potatoes that I have my mom's with me this week. Whatever we make that week, put it in portion sizes. I eat that. And then, about 2.5 hours later, it's time for sleep. So that way, what I try to do is when I'm eating my dinner in my workout, that gets your metabolism running. So when I go to sleep, I'm burning those calories back off at night. So now I'm ready to get up. My body's ready for my protein. It says, feed me.
Mm-hmm. That's great. And that actually sounds like more than I think some people would think you get to have. I think people get scared because they're like, I'm never going to get to eat again.
Well, yeah, and I'll say this now, and because I like to be honest with what's going on out there. I watch my wife go through things. It doesn't mean you can't have a slice of pizza. You're not going to eat 4 slices of pizza. And the fact, the first time I ate a pizza, I ate a half a slice of pizza. So, but what I wanted is I wanted something that I still got to taste. Mm-hmm. I could have anything. I had venison steak since the surgery. I actually had a hot dog without the bread, but I put a little chili on it, and I've had a bowl of chili. Some of my favorites, like scrambled eggs. Mm-hmm. Chili. The things I've had, but I try to cut out breads and potatoes as much. In fact, I've only had 1 slice of bread since then, and that did not go down on. That was actually yesterday, a dinner roll with my mom's pot roast, and I ate that, and that's why I didn't.
You're like,
bread's
no!
spread, so I didn't get much of what I wanted was the meat.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and it's hard to remember that you have they say that's the size now you have.
Yes.
And that bread, as soon as it gets digested, it gets bigger.
Same thing with rice.
And then you're like, oh, you can feel it in your chest. What is that? It's like a heart attack.
Yeah.
I know you're not having a heart attack, but
right.
I've noticed that when I overeat too, it comes up and it's in your chest, and it's just, why'd I do that?
You had that sensation, and I've had that, I think, twice myself, and the best thing you can do is just walk, and it works its way down. And usually it's something like that. Like yesterday, I ate the bread, and I felt it right there, right away. Mm-hmm. So I got a spoonful of vegetables and a spoonful of meat. That's why I ended up with my leftovers at home. So
you're like, darn you, dinner roll.
And
dang you.
When I say my dinner leftover, it's like still a half a cup of vegetables and 3 or 4 ounces of meat. But that roll took up all my stuff I was really looking forward to. So. Well, pick and choose wisely.
It's interesting because we've talked about this. Both of us being morbidly obese but prior to surgery, we're still obese, like working our way down. Our 8-year-old son has just become the biggest eater in our house. Our 8 and our 6-year-old son. But our 6-year-old is a smaller eater just in general, but he still can eat more than we can.
Yeah, he eats nonstop all day. He eats 3 ounces 30 times a day.
Yeah, this morning, for example, we had French toast. Well, they had French toast. We didn't. And they each ate 2 pieces of French toast. Right. Like, we couldn't even eat a half of one piece.
Right, yeah, that
it's crazy.
Expand. And actually, French toast and scrambled eggs is one of my favorite breakfasts. I never was a pancake person, but I tell you what, if you give me a steak, some scrambled eggs, and some French toast, we're good to go.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yes, back in the day.
How about a bite of each? That'll work.
Yeah, and actually that's what it is. It's nice that you can get that. For me, I can't speak for everybody. For me, it's nice to know that I can go have a bite of something and not be restricted to a total guideline. Now, yes, you want great success. Bread, potatoes, and sugars, you try to cut them, minimize them to the least amount that you can do for the best success rate, which that's what I want. So, and I just don't choose to have bread really that often. That I don't know why she made those dang buttered biscuits.
So let's talk about pop. That's a big thing for bariatric people. Pop. I have never been a big pop drinker. You know that. It's
Yes.
actually like shocked you sometimes. You're like, here, don't you want some?
Right.
And you were a big pop person.
Yes, that's
Like right out of the 2-liter drink guy.
Yes.
And did that scare you at all, knowing that you're not gonna have pop anymore?
Yes, it did because I just like the taste of pop, and I tell you, that was something because it's still even now I still have a craving for it. I've told my wife several times I have a craving for a pop, and it's like it's gotten easier. It's getting a lot easier, but yeah, that totally helped me for my weight loss was like pop because it's your pop, and you can't the beer, the carbonation.
Yeah.
You're trying to cut out carbonation.
It's
and
miserable.
And
in that little tiny stomach, it's miserable.
And I haven't tried it, and I'm not going to try it. So I just chose like other alternates, like there's like, and I love Gatorade or Powerade. And the Zero, you don't really taste much difference. People are like, oh my God, it's going to be diet. It's not. It's great, and the benefit too, I get to buy my kids that, so now they're getting an alternate to water. Not water all day, or something like that.
An alternate to juices and
yeah,
pop.
Yeah, it has zero sugar.
Which a lot of people have in their house regularly. Which I mean, no judgment, but Gatorade Zero or Powerade Zero.
Let's face it. It might be a little bit more expensive to buy a pack of Gatorade versus a bag of sugar and a couple packs of Kool-Aid. But what are we giving our kids?
Right. Right.
And they have not complained one bit. Neither have I. I love the taste of Powerade. Now there's certain flavors I'm not particularly care about, but you'll find your flavor, or your 2 or 3 flavors, and that's what you keep around.
Totally. And you hit a good subject. What we've learned about the expense of eating better. Food does cost a little bit more, but we have already saved so much money on groceries.
Yes, it's crazy. And I'll give you a good example. I drive truck. I'm gone. I stay at hotels every night, so I prep meals. Now, where before, I would just go and buy things I could heat up, or I would get things on the road. So, like a typical week, I might spend, my wife would look down, she's like, I thought we bought you food for the week. And I'd be like, yeah, well, I ate that by Tuesday, so now it's time to eat out every day. And then you're eating Popeye's chicken, you're eating at a Mexican restaurant, and she's like, what's that $20 charge? Well, that was for me.
Yeah.
And, it's crazy. So, a typical week, I would spend between... Not only did we buy $20 or $30 worth of groceries, then I would spend another $50 to $70 out. So that's $100 a week. So that's $400. And I looked last week. I probably total meal prep because it was a enough soup for our family, and I took it with me, and I had some chicken salad left over. And that's the other thing. Whatever we have, we make other portions, put them in the fridge. So we had turkey left over from Thanksgiving.
From Christmas.
Christmas. I'm sorry. So that. Yeah, I don't want to think we ate 30-day-old or 60-day-old.
We had leftover turkey from Christmas.
Yeah,
so
she made soup, and she made me a turkey salad.
Yeah.
And I took it with me, and that was a whole week. So, I figured last week literally probably cost me $5 to $10 in food, for the whole week. Mm-hmm. So, fruit's the most expensive thing.
I'm noticing I have to go to the grocery store to buy a couple items to restock at the house. When I used to go to the grocery store, it was a cart full of stuff that we're going to gobble down. And now it's like, oh, I got to go today because I need eggs and I need some more Greek yogurt. Or we're on our last apple, we need a new piece of fruit, like a new kind of fruit. And I'm talking about spending $5 to $12 each grocery trip instead of it was $200-$300 a time.
Yeah, and the other thing is when you do that, because you are when you're in that position in your life and you're eating, your cupboards get overstuffed with food, and then you forget about it. You're like, well, I don't really want that. So then you go back to the store and buy more, so you have all the stuff. If you go, my advice would be everybody go to the store every couple of days, so you're not overspending, and you're cleaning out your cupboards and say, I'm not going till I eat this food out of a cupboard. My wife has did a great job cleaning out her cupboards. There's less food in it, and that leads to less temptation.
Right. And the kids, my excuse has always been the kids. Well, we got to have good snacks for the kids. But they haven't complained. Like, starting in the new year, I said I wasn't going to buy any more garbage
Right.
to have at our house. And the kids need a snack to go to school every day. And they haven't complained at all. Matter of fact, we got those individual bags of popcorners, I think they are called, popcorners. And then the Skinny popcorn. They're all like very, very low calorie snacks, individually wrapped, which does cost more money, but the kids can grab them and take them to school with them also. They haven't said one word about, hey, where's my goldfish? Where's the chocolate granola bars? Where's all the stuff we used to have for them to take to school?
Right.
They haven't said a word about it.
No, and where I used to have neat snacks all the time, it was easy to give them snacks. And then they'd be like, my wife would get frustrated. Oh, they're not eating my dinner because you done gave them 4 snacks during the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think about snacks for myself now.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I almost forget about feeding my own kids
Mm-hmm.
because, so if you only give them that one snack during the day, yeah, they're going to eat the mom's dinner that she put her time and effort. So my vice husbands or people that are doing this, consider the other person's feelings because I didn't, because it was my fat side saying, I want this stuff for me. So then I'm giving for them. Same thing as going through fast food. I'm going somewhere, knowing I'm going somewhere to eat to my parents for when they're watching the kids. But I talked myself into spending $30 at Burger King or McDonald's or someone on the way, and then get over there and eat dinner too, and then come back. Hey, what'd you make for dinner, hon? So just be careful on that because the nutrition you get from your dinner. If you're cooking a home cooked meal, you need that nutrition in your body. It's way better than all those little snacks.
Okay. Good advice. Good
Yeah.
advice. So you're 90 days out. How much do you weigh?
I weighed in this morning at 254.
Woo! Look at that.
So-
Getting weight out. Wow, 254. That's like 100 pounds.
Yeah, I'm right on getting real close to that. And my goal is to crack on with the workouts because you want to take advantage of all the beginning of surgery and you want to keep consistently losing. So you got to stay motivated. So my goal this week is to finally crack under 250, and I haven't been there since in high school.
Wow.
So you're talking 30 years.
Wow. That's exciting. And
And-
you were an athlete in high school.
Yes.
An overweight athlete.
Yes.
But you were
was-
strong and you
I
were in
was-
shape.
Yes, I was in shape. I was the type of person that had more weight for football, cut down more at wrestling because you need more stamina for wrestling. So, but I'm excited to get into something where it's been 30 years since I've been to, and yeah,
That's so cool.
I remember telling my surgeon that I wanted to be at 250 by May for my birthday. Like that would be an awesome goal, and I'm like, wow,
You hit it 2 months early.
I'm-
No.
I'm almost 3 months early.
You're
Five
months.
months early.
5 months early?
So yeah, so literally from 351 to like 254, and I'm talking 3 months, and it wasn't drastic. I don't feel bad. I feel good.
Yeah, you've enjoyed life. You haven't
Yeah.
like put blood, sweat, and tears
No,
into
I've
this.
had, like I said, I liked it because I'm still able to sample different things, and it's just in moderation,
Right.
and that's what keeps me over the hump of feel good. I can't speak for everybody, but for me, and I think majority of people, if you can still have that bite of pizza, you can still have a 4-ounce steak. It's not a 16-ounce steak with a baked potato on the side. You get the meat or the vegetables, and I do like vegetables.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, that's super cool. Thank you for sharing with us today, especially the people watching that are thinking about going through the surgery, or maybe they just came out of surgery and they're like, I better figure this out. I think for us girls, sometimes it's easier to just like, and chat about everything, and maybe the guys don't. So it's cool that you're sharing your side of it.
yeah, I mean, I have no yes, it'd be hard to answer a million phone calls. I'm on the road, but if anybody had like little things or something, I'm sure me and my wife, if you sent a message or something,
comment down below.
You comment or something, we'll totally respond to it. We're here because we want other people to succeed and have their lives and their families and just feel good about themselves. So
Feel free to leave a message for Mr. Robert Hager
Yes,
if
feel
you
free.
have a question, and we'll be sure to
Yeah, because-
have him go through them and answer them.
yeah, you never know. Sometimes a man might not want to talk to a woman, like to my wife, who's had great success, way over 100 pounds on her journey. I'm at the 100 mark, and I'm feeling good. Talk to me. I'm a guy. I have no problem talking to you about it.
Yeah. Because there's some sexual benefits of weight loss too, right?
Oh my God, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So
I think that's an X-rated video for another time.
well,
Maybe. Well, it's not X-rated. It's not like we're gonna show them.
whatever. So no, that's for privacy of your own home. So.
All right, cool. Well, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Great job. Thanks for sharing. I know this is like way out of your comfort
It is out
zone.
of my comfort zone, but it's starting to get a little bit more comfortable.
If the kids only knew the things we do while they're at school.
Oh boy. Yeah, make videos.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Oh, I wasn't talking about yesterday.
Oh, not the home videos.
No.
These videos. Okay.
All right, hit subscribe. Thank you so much. Be safe. Go check out some more videos. We got a whole playlist for weight loss surgery, bariatric surgery, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye, guys.